Hello and welcome here. In Season 9 of The Flash, the mystery of what happened to Eddie Thawne's body was eventually solved. During the Flash Season 1 finale, Barry Allen's romantic rival and CCPD detective gave his life to thwart the Reverse Flash. Without knowing what happened to it, Eddie's body was eventually drawn into the singularity created by the paradox of the Reverse Flash's death. Since the first season of The Flash, Eddie Thawne has been hinted at returning through visions and hallucinations, with actor Rick Cosnett making multiple guest appearances as Eddie. The Flash Season 9, Episode 10, A New World Part 1, featured Cosnett in a very different way than previous appearances. This time, he was portraying a different role as Dr. Malcolm Gilmore, a scientist at Mercury Labs who was an exact replica of Eddie Thawne. However, until Malcolm was hit by lightning, like Barry Allen, and discovered a duplicate of Eddie Thawne's autopsy report in his lab, there was no apparent connection between Eddie and Malcolm. So what became of Eddie Thawne's body? The Flash 9th season Malcolm Gilmore discovers Eddie Thawne as him. Dr. Gilmore traveled throughout Central City, plagued by images of Eddie Thawne's life, trying to discover who the enigmatic guy with his face was. In addition, he started to hear a voice telling him to find her, presumably referring to Iris West Allen. In the end, Dr. Gilmore found himself at Eddie Thawne's cemetery, where he discovered an empty coffin. This caused him to find a bullet remaining inside of him, which he had to dig out using just his bare hands. This proved that he was Eddie Thawne in actuality, having been revived and given a new identity as Dr. Malcolm Gilmore. The conclusion of A New World Part 2, the 11th episode of Season 9 of The Flash, implied that Eddie Thawne's body had been recovered by the negative forces as part of their scheme to produce a new negative Speed Force avatar. Following a string of attacks on Team Flash, Eddie was resurrected. One of the attacks sent Barry Allen back in time and severed his link to the Speed Force, while another included a weird blue energy that appeared to be capable of possessing individuals. These indications all lead to a specific Flash villain named Cobalt Blue, who has not yet been adapted for the Arrowverse. So how a traditional Flash villain is adapted by the reborn Eddie? Cobalt Blue appeared in the Flash comics as Malcolm Thawne, Barry Allen's identical twin. Malcolm, who was reared by the violent Thawne family and nurtured away from his own family, became insane after learning of his brother Barry's success and the idyllic life he believed should have been his. Malcolm set out to destroy Barry Allen's life, aided by a talisman containing a blue stone that gave him the ability to take other people's talents. With a tie to the Thawne family and a character going insane after unraveling the riddle of an apparent twin, The Flash Season 9 adheres to all the plot beats of the old comics while somewhat altering Cobalt Blue's backstory. Eddie Thawne is most likely going to start battling the Cobalt Blue power in the upcoming episode of The Flash's 4-part finale. Additionally, it is probable that the Reverse Flash, one of his descendants, will reappear as a result of his resurrection. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.